This module, you can take it as an optional or not needed at all. There could be two scenarios. If you have purchased the Pardot account recently and you are kind of configuring the Pardot, right, then this is not needed. But if you're kind of enabling the user sync in your existing Pardot account, then good to align with this practice, which is mapping Salesforce and Pardot username. Let me make it very much clear. If you have purchased the new Pardot account, or if you're setting up the brand new Pardot account, this is not needed at all. But if you already have the existing Pardot account, maybe on older edition, maybe one on V1 connector, and you're trying to migrate it to the latest one, then good to have a look into it. So if you have the existing Pardot users, map them to their user record in Salesforce before you proceed with the Salesforce user sync. Now, here could be a scenario. You could be having a Pardot only user, but you might not be having the respective record in Salesforce. If that's the case, please make sure you create a new Salesforce record in Salesforce. Also, initially we were having this Pardot only user, right? But now we do not have anything like or any concept like Pardot only user. Pardot only user means you can directly log into Pardot using Pardot username and credentials or password or Pardot credentials. That is deprecated totally. Now there is no Pardot only user. There was sometime, back there was sunset for Pardot only user. Now all the user must be a Salesforce SSO user. So with the latest Salesforce user sync, you simply will be creating a user in Salesforce side and will do the required configuration like adding a user to the respective marketing user section, and that user will sync over to Pardot. So if you are on the older Pardot account, you're migrating to the new one or kind of latest one. So if you have any existing Pardot user or kind of Pardot only user, or if you wanted to map it to the user record in Salesforce, right? So before you proceed with the Salesforce user sync enabling and all those stuff, good to follow this. If user aren't mapped, right, you can simply go to the user details, see like whether CRM username has been configured or whether you have enabled the SSO or not. If already done, you can skip it. If not, then make sure like you follow this. The system ignores those Pardot user and they do not sync if the user is not mapped. For business unit without user sync, again, the business unit is equals to Pardot account. One business unit is equals to one Pardot account. Map user and then enable the SSO, and then Salesforce credentials are required to access Pardot. Now we were talking about there is no Pardot only user. It means you won't be able to access Pardot with just Pardot credentials, username and password. Every Pardot user must be a Salesforce SSO user. Now, in case if you have any such user, Pardot only user, or a user in Pardot, which yet has not been mapped, or you haven't enabled the SSO, what you should do? You simply need to follow this 4-step, and you simply need to repeat it for the rest of the user. Who for which SSO has not been enabled. First is like go to the Pardot. Open the user record and click on edit. Now look for CRM user drop-down. Select the appropriate CRM username and click on save. Wait, it's not done yet. Stay on the same record page. Again, go back to and look for CRM username field where you have selected the respective username, and you should see a link, a blue link of like click to verify now, something like this. You must click that link. once you click on that link, you're all set. You should see a message for CRM username field, like SSO has been activated or SSO has been enabled. Now, once you're done with it, you did the same for all the Pardot only user, right? Then you can proceed with the Salesforce user sync.